Hi Data Fam. We looked at the use case on tab 1, the details of the why and the what. As a refresher, this is the filter action on date hierarchy versus set action on a parameterized granularity of dates. Very similar experience for the users, but under the hood, different methodologies of filtering. One, the filter action uses the dashboard action filter versus the second, which uses set action. This video will take you through the build along process. So let's get started. On a new sheet, drag the region into rows, sum of sales into columns, entire view. This sheet, sales by region. Right click, duplicate, name it dynamic sales by region. To create the trend chart, version 1, I'm going to right click and drag the order date onto the columns and choose continuous months. Then sum of sales to the rows. This is the default. Rename this to sales trend. We are using out of the box month hierarchies. This would be a default option that is drilling on top of the default date hierarchies. Duplicate this sheet, name it dynamic sales trend. Here, instead of using the out of the box date hierarchy, we are going to use a parameter. This is how I've designed it. I'm calling it grain of dates. It's a string type with list of values, quarter, month, and week. I need to write a calculated field called dynamic date. The formula, I'm using a case statement. When it's quarter, I'm truncating the date to a quarterly level. When it's a month, date trunk to month. When it's a week, date trunk to a week. And then wrapping the entire case statement in a date function. This newly created dynamic dates, right click, drag, and drop it over the month so that I can replace it. I'm going to choose the dynamic dates continuous option. Here, although it looks very similar now, the x-axis does not have the drill in and drill out capability. This is going to be now reacting to the choices made by the user on the parameter week, month, quarter. With these 4 worksheets ready, we can now stitch it together in a dashboard. In the filter action, I'm bringing in the sales trend with out of the box date granularity and the sales by region. And then under dashboard actions, I'm going to use filter action, select, define the sales trend to be my source sheet, and sales by region to be my target sheet. Choose show all values. What this would do is when I select any set of dates on the trend chart, the bar charts are going to respond. Unselecting will show all values. Before we can use the set action, one step needs to happen. I need to right click on my dynamic dates calculated field and say create set. Now let's look at how the second dashboard with set actions was created. Brought in the dynamic sales trend with parameterized drill down, dynamic sales by region bar chart, stitch them together, and then under dashboard action, similar to the filter action, I'm using set actions on this dashboard. Edit. My source sheet is the sales trend. Upon select, I'm choosing the target set, which is the dynamic date set we created. That's set on top of the dynamic dates calculated field. I choose that. I'm choosing the assign values to set. When this action is getting fired, it is going to assign the values I'm selecting into that set dynamically at runtime. And clearing the selection, will add all values to the set. Say OK, OK. Now that the set action is wired, let me go into the bar chart and drop this dynamic date set into the color. Everything is wired up. Now when I select those dates, you can see my set action is firing up. The sales for these three dates selected is showing up as blue, and every sales dollar that is not part of those three selected date points are showing up as gray. This is an additional capability that filter action doesn't give, set actions give. We talked about it. It shows us part of the whole. How much is selected out of the remaining? Yet again, if you want the experience to be exactly similar to filter action, all you need to do is drag this set into filters, and there the experience will be exactly similar. It's going to show only those data points which have been selected. The set on the filter ensures that only true values, or those values that are in the set, shows up. To summarize, in total, we created 4 charts, out of which 2 are trend charts. One of the trend chart uses the default date granularity, the other uses a calculated field. We used 2 bar charts. The bar chart that uses set action has the set in the context of the chart, either dropped into color or filter. Hope you found this helpful. Let me know your feedback.